My beloved ones, welcome to this video. Let's see what is going on energetically, what is happening, what to expect in the upcoming dates. And some of the stuff will be channeled, some will be observations of what has been going on, and let's see where we are at. So we went through the equinox, and we have a full moon in a few days, and a lot of astrological phenomena, which is not my space to explain of what is going on, but from what I'm hearing here and there, I can share a couple of stuff. And I can share also what I feel energetically. So, what we are receiving is a lot of energy, Schumann energies, solar flares, energy updates from the higher self. If you have been on the path of exploring your individual choices in regards to who you want to be from now on, if you're choosing the 3D or the 5D, if you're open in expanding your energy, a lot of shifts are happening in that space as well. When we make a choice of either I want to be on the 3D or in the 5D and above, and we are removing the anchors one by one, what we see and feel as anchor to the 3D, either an emotional anchor, a thought anchor, we are actually making space and we receive more energies. Your light bodies are being updated through the Schumann resonance and with downloads from your higher self. You are exploring now who you are becoming, and you may not feel anything different in you, in your energy, in your physical body, in your thought process, in overall. But what is changing? You will be seeing it in actions. So when a situation comes in your life, something that keeps repeating or something new, you will find yourself in a new position of how to respond, how to navigate that, in a new way of thinking about this event or situation that is happening. So go along with everything that you are receiving. The advice that is coming through, what I have been applying through the last few days, because it was coming as guidance also for me, was meditate, rest, take naps, and have a lot of water, of course, because it helps also the physical body for the integration, and have in the back of your mind that everything is integrating in every body of your energy, including the physical body. Don't leave the physical body outside. Your energy upgrades don't have to do only with your mental processes, emotional processes, or anything else, but also with your physical body. So allow the integrations to take place in the physical body as well, which means a lot of healing. You will be seeing and feeling differently in a few days. You may not even feel or see the differences in your physical body yet, but you will be experiencing a lot of changes in how you want to feed yourself, what kind of food you like to and enjoy eating. Your taste will be changing, and as well you are gonna be seeing a lot of differences of how you feel in your own body. So there is an upgrade that is taking place when it comes to how we experience the physical body and how we are in our physical bodies. I have no clue what's that about, believe me. I'm in the same space as you, but as I'm channeling what is changing and what is shifting, get into the space of exploring yourself, of how you feel, and you may notice the changes in your energy by observing the different habits you may be wanting to implementing, different new habits. As for example, when you usually wake up in the morning, you do one, two, three, four things. Now you will be doing things differently. You may want to be doing things differently. Something may not resonate. Something new may be coming intuitively to you as a new way of being, as a new action. So be in that space, embrace what is coming through, and just entertain these new changes of yours. It will feel normal as everything in your life. So this is the key concept of observing yourself and going with what feels right intuitively for you in the moment. Get off the autopilot. Okay. Stop just doing things out of the usual habit. Be in the flow of who you are and what you like to do and how you like to be in this present moment. So forget about the things you used to know about yourself and get into a space of exploring what's changed. What you will be experiencing if you are in the space of healing, doing in the service of healing, of reading, psychic mediumship readings, you will be seeing and exploring a lot of shifts energetically. You will be perceiving the energy differently. You will be giving readings in a different way from what you have been doing so far. Everything will feel louder, clearer, or more directed, if you wish. Before, you may have been opening up to what is necessary for the person that I'm working with at this point of time. What is changing is the dynamics of how you perceive energy, but also how you are in service of others. So you will be coming into a space of having an open, direct communication with your clients of what is going on, what their actual needs are, not what you perceive as their needs, but what their actual needs are and why they are coming to you. So what is clearing up is like what I thought and what this person actually needs. So be open in exploring that when you interact with your clients, when you interact even with people you already know in your circle. So be in an open space of exploring what is needed now and why this conversation, why this communication, and be aware of this. The more authentic and in integrity you are with the way you express yourself, speaking exactly what you have in mind without procrastinating, without trying to figure out the right words, without trying to make it nicer or better or kinder, the easiest the communication is, the clearer the communication is, and the more to the point, more direct. So be in the space of exploring that. And if you are in a conversation that you don't know what exactly you want to say, ask for a minute to regroup yourself, okay, and organize your thoughts. So this is what you're called to be doing. Organize your thoughts before you get into a space of communication and be direct with the people you are talking to and with. So when you are in that space of exploring your truth and not projecting something on someone that you feel that might be right or holding back your truth because you think it might get them into a space of agitation or whatever, it actually accelerates your connection with your authentic expression, and it actually accelerates also the connection you share with the other person. So get into that space of exploring these kind of different communications. You're gonna be receiving a lot of, how can I say that? A lot of clarity of who you are and in this moment and what you represent, what is your calling in this conversation, in this reading, in this session you have with someone. So be open and explore that, embrace it as yours. It is a new version of you that is being grounded now, and you're gonna, believe me, love it. And this is the space where we change and grow through every interaction we have and we share with others. Another thing that is coming through as energy update of what is going on has to do with the divine feminine. The divine feminine is receiving a lot of upgrades. I'm gonna use this. She is getting into a space of releasing a lot of burdens that weren't even hers to carry, if it makes sense, of checking in with what feels right in alignment, what is indeed her responsibility and what has never been her responsibility. The divine feminine is shifting through a lot of layers in a way that is more beneficial than ever before. Of course, all the planetary alignments help, all the previous work that has been done and taken place helps massively. And in that space, we have created as divine feminine a lot more space for everything to take place. A lot of things, prayers, what I hear, are being answered in a way. Help me, apologies for that. Okay, that's interesting. We are releasing something collectively, and I'm not usually burping, but anyways, we are gonna take it as such. What I was saying and channeling, let me get back to that. So, a lot of things when they have to do with the divine feminine, she's releasing what she thought as her desires and her responsibilities from the past. And there were a lot of prayers that took place in a way that help me find my path, help me find my calling, help me find who I am, to figure out what I'm meant to be doing, how I'm meant to be in my own energy, in my own space, what I love, what I desire. All these prayers are being answered in a different way. So the more you meditate, the more you connect with your higher self, you are getting into a space of receiving the answers, receiving the upgrades, receiving the energies that are meant to be helping you in that space, and they are meant to be aligning you in a whole different new direction. And I know usually it sounds like new direction again, new, more new. You have been asking for these changes and transformations. So, whatever it is that may feel kind of old or out of alignment or not satisfying enough, it will be easier for you to release it and not engage anymore with it. So, these new vibrations, new encodes are coming into a space of who you are and who you have always been, but it will be way easier to actually reclaim that power of yours and be in that new version of you. Things were holding you back in the past as divine feminine, and they they are no longer in alignment with you because you entertained every aspect of it as much as possible in every aspect of it, and now you're getting into a space of saying, no, thank you. It's not about boundaries, which is something I also received. I will explain in a second. It's not about boundaries. It's not about what is in alignment and what isn't. It's about a whole new set of experiences. I have done and lived and outgrown these kind of experiences. Now I want to explore something new, something different, something that feels uh, I don't want to say more in alignment, but these are the words that are coming through. Something that will excite you and satisfy you even more from what it has in the past. I hope this makes sense. I know it feels a bit vague, or to me it does, but it's like, okay, we've explored everything. Now this is the path, and we are moving forward in this space. We have expanded the path because we explored everything else. And now we know where to focus, why, how, all these things that were missing in the past. And about boundaries, what I wanted to share in regards to that, I was receiving guidance of what is changing for the divine feminine. And yes, it has to do with boundaries in a different way. Before we were in a space of trying to apply boundaries, and we were using that firmness of, I have to apply this boundary, this is enough, or please stay in that space. Now, what is shifting is like, I'm not gonna engage with that anymore. I hope it makes sense, and please reflect from your personal experiences and what you have been experiencing lately, because it will give you more clarity of what I'm sharing, being told. Okay. So in that space, you're it's not about regrets, it's not about guilt, it's not about shame, it's not about feeling back and forth. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Is this in alignment with me? Let me entertain this and let's see where it leads, because a lot of trial and effort was also in that space of let me entertain that and let me see where it leads me. If it is something I enjoy or not. It was more of an experiential way of figuring out stuff. Now it is clearer and louder. I'm not gonna engage with that. I don't want to invest any energy on this. And this is something I feel kind of resistance, but something attracts me, so I will check it out to see. But up to this level, I'm not gonna take more steps further to explore it fully to see why it doesn't resonate anymore or if it resonates anymore. It's gonna be kind of black and white, but not exactly that. It is clearer of where you want to invest your energy, where you don't want to invest your energy anymore, and you know why. And you are clear with your whys and why not. And this is what we are embracing as divine feminine now as an energy. And this is how our magnetic field is changing in a huge way. So, someone says you're going to be tested for that. Be aware of it. Okay. So, tested, which is something that usually happens when we have entertained a lot of situations along those lines. When I am in a pattern and I'm trying and I'm working and I know how to break free from that pattern now, that pattern has broken, yes, but because I was in the vibration of attracting it over and over again, this is what we call testing. So it will keep coming, not as a test, but because it was in our energy fields, because it was in our magnetic fields. So when that happens, if that happens to you, don't think that so I didn't do something correctly or I haven't applied enough boundaries. Just continue do what you're doing as your new vibration, as your new frequency, as your new way of thinking and processing things. Okay. If it is a no, it is a no. If it is a yes, it is a yes. That doesn't mean that you haven't done enough work or you haven't grounded a new energy in your own magnetic field. What takes a bit of time is for the magnetic field to shift completely and you to become aware of it. So the time that we say it takes a bit of time, it's the awareness that expands enough in order for everything else to shift as well. So in that space, entertain all of those. Let me know in the comments if you have experienced these things so far, if you have felt the shifts and the changes, if you have experienced any of the things I'm sharing with you and channeling. Just because it has been what I'm channeling, it doesn't mean that you won't have different experiences or more experiences if it makes sense. And they wanted to give us one last thing as heads up for what is coming up next. It is the grounding of the energies we have been experiencing and the shifts we have been transmuting, creating, and what are you saying? So it's about grounding fully in actions and exploring the new versions of who we are. There are gonna be some choices coming up future wise the next few weeks, choices that you have to actually stand your ground and be yourself. At the same time, they say be open, explore what is coming your way. It will be clear enough for you to make a choice. You won't be back and forth, and you may need a couple of days in some occasions to actually feel into them. Take your time, but be conscious that not everything that comes your way is your guidance. What comes your way might be also a clear answer as no, this is not my thing, or hell yeah, this is my choice. This is something that I want to be doing, exploring, and experiencing from now on. Because you have already made all these shifts and changes in your mindset through your own experiences, through your own mentality and emotional processes you have been going through, it will be clear as day if the answer is yes or no. Fully embrace that, entertain it as my clear choice. And they say don't entertain if it is an ego thought or if it is guidance. Stay focused within your energy, in your energy, recenter, rebalance yourself, and just follow your intuition of what is appropriate and what isn't appropriate for your current alignment. You will be having a lot of downloads of the next steps, and this is a kind reminder whatever you are receiving as ideas and projects, have in the back of your mind, they are not just coming to you for this specific moment. Be open and have them in the back burner so you can actually tap into that as an idea or a project when the time comes. A lot of things are firstly created in the ethers. They are creating in the space of ideas and not just yours but also the collective. So in that space, entertain what feels right for you, in what way feels right for you, and how you feel the frequency, the vibration, or what is ideal for you when it comes to a specific idea or a project. Let it grow, let it take a life form, a form. So someone gives me this is why I'm smiling, the example of the baby. When we want to have a baby, first we conceive the idea of having a baby, then we have the actions, okay? And then we wait for 9 months. So everything is a process. For a project to come into life, first comes the idea, we entertain the idea, then we take some actions, then more actions, and then we keep going and we keep changing and shifting our plans in the meantime so we can adjust to what is currently happening. So even if you have a specific idea of a project or an idea, be open to explore alternatives and readjust the initial idea. And this is guided by spirit. It's not uh, someone testing you, it's not someone that is gonna be changing your plans. It has nothing to do with ego and stuff like that. Forget about these things as mentality, as uh, whatever you may have in your mind. Everything is shifting and changing, and we have this specific capacity of a thought at this moment. But when something starts taking a form, it shifts and changes into something new. So we have to expand our capacity of how to do something, how to create and help it build. So be in that space of self-exploration and readjust when you see it fit. Don't get stuck. This is how it looks like. This is how it was in my mind, in my vision. Open up to see what else is available for you because this is the point of evolution. Okay, and I think this transmission has come to an end of an energy update, what is currently going on the last few days, and what we will be experiencing from now on. I hope it resonates with you. Please let me know in the comments. Please let me know if there is something else you would like me to cover or channel about. I would love to get into that space of connecting more with you and supporting you in the best way possible. Feel free to book a session with me, either a reading or a soul energetics session. It covers a lot of things from many different perspectives. I would love to work with you. I would love to connect with you. See you on the next video and stay tuned. As always, be true to yourself and be your true self.